see you after a while.
Sit down.
Welcome aboard, everyone.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, for your safety, please stay seated throughout the entire safari. Also, don't lean out. Some of these bushes have really long thorns. Now, if you have any loose articles like hats or bags or sunglasses or cameras or video cameras, hang on to them tightly. Or we're not allowed to stop to pick anything up once it has fallen out. And that leads me to the most important thing that I have to say, which is, don't stand up. Now, if you forget, there's a sign right there. Now, located above you is a game spotting guide. That'll help you identify certain animals you might encounter.
Now this is the photo safari, so you're going to want to turn your cameras on, get them ready.
The MAH00072 Wildlife Preserve was established in 1971 to protect local wildlife, about 800 square miles of bush country. Don't worry though, we won't get lost. We're always in constant contact with the wardens. The MAH00072 Wildlife Preserve was established in 1971 to protect local wildlife. It's about 800 square miles of bush country. Don't worry though, we won't get lost. We're always in constant contact with the wardens. There's some saddle-billed storks down there. Let's go look at it. The saddle-billed stork is the tallest stork in all of Africa. They stand about 5 feet tall. They have a wingspan up to 9 feet. They can also snatch a bird and make them fly themselves. And then the bongo.
Those are my favorite stuff.
The bongo, also known as the ghost of the forest, because they are rarely seen. Both male and females have horns that curve back, so that way they won't get stuck in the underbrush. On the right, the okapi. The okapi has the markings of a zebra on its back legs, but it's not related to the zebra. It's the only known relative of the giraffe. Very shy and reclusive. It was discovered in 1901. Back on the left, top of the hill, greater kudu. Second largest antelope, usually shy and nocturnal. Males can weigh over 700 pounds, and males also have horns. The yellow-billed stork on the log. It's a stork with a yellow bill. That's all I got. There's a rhino on the cover. That is a black rhinoceros. They're very endangered. Less than 5,000 left in the wild. That's due to poaching and overhunting. They're widely hunted for their horns. And they're usually very solitary. River. Be on the lookout for hippos and crocodiles. Hippos on the left. Pink-backed pelicans, they have living colonies of forest fish in shallow water that feed upon. The Nile hippopotamus spend most of their day in the water, helps keep them cool. They can hold their breath up to 8 minutes, and at night they come up on the shore to feed.
I've never seen that Well, actually, not a lot. We need a battery. I didn't charge the battery. We need a battery.
Crocodile.
Possibility of what we're doing.
Nile crocodile can grow up to 20 feet in length. Now they rely on the sun to warm them up. If they get overheated, they'll open their mouth to regulate the body temperature. If they have nothing going on, they can stay underwater for up to 2 hours.
Some sort of syphilis.
That's a baobab tree. It's over 1,000 years old. It gets leaves 3 months out of the year during the dry season. Actually stores water in the trunk. Now the savanna and Pernambucus is all part of the Serengeti grassland system. Zebra and wildebeest migrate through it, while elephants, lions, and antelope live here year-round. It's all part of the wild Africa we're protecting. Springbok on the right. Springbok are known for their leaping ability. They do something called pronking, which is the motion of running and leaping at the same time. When Springbok are pronking, they can hit heights up to 11 feet in succession. To the left, that's the eland. That is the largest antelope. A male stands 6 feet at the shoulder, weighs about 2,000 pounds. But don't let their size fool you, because they can leap 6 to 8 feet in the air if they need to. Termite mounds all around us. About as hard as concrete. Elephants use them as a scratching post. When they wear them down, the antelope use them as a lookout for any predator that might be hiding in the bushes.
I wonder if it's feeding it. Lunchtime, or breakfast.
Yeah, it's got some boxes back.
Might be the cleanup truck Somebody's gonna do it. Big shovel, I'm thinking that's what it is.
Now when giraffes are born, they're already about 6 feet tall. A male can stand up to 20 feet tall.
Wow, look at that.
They usually spend most of their day eating.
How cool is that?
Oh,
Wow. Oh yeah, some sable.
Yeah.
It was
How
close.
cool is it? Oh yeah. Be closer to that one.
Another giraffe on the ring.
The voice, I could see that.
You got that one?
Water buck and cows up ahead. But first, the sable. Sable antelope, those horns can grow up to about 5 feet long. The most dominant sable has the darkest coat. Wildebeest. That's Afrikaans for wild beast or wild cattle. They have one of the largest herd migrations. Now, when a wildebeest calf is born, it's able to walk and run within 10 minutes, also called news. Well, that's a noise it makes. Water buck. He's a marshland dweller. He has oily fur that makes him almost waterproof. Then the Ankole cattle. Those horns are about 6 feet long. The horns are hollow. They act as a radiator. Blood flows through the horn, cooling out the blood, cooling out the body.
Behind the bush now. See?
There's a water buck. And the Ankole. Elephant on the right. Monkeys on the left. The monkeys are mandrills. They are the largest monkey. Where there's one, there can be anywhere between 35 and 800 around. Now, when elephants are born, they weigh anywhere between 200 and 300 pounds, and that's after a gestation period of 22 months. They spend about 13 to 15 years with mom learning where to get food, water, and their social groups. Males weigh up to 12,000 pounds, females weigh up to 8,000, and they can live to be up to 70 years old. Alright, hang on and cross your fingers. This bridge has seen better days. Somebody didn't cross their fingers. still being hunted for their tusks. People use the ivory to make trinkets and jewelry still. They have a new problem though, encroaching on land. They have a wide range in which they like to travel, and within the elephant's territory, people are building farms and they're strip mining. When humans and elephants interact, it's never good. So the more we can teach people about the elephant, the better off the elephant will be.
I can't hear you. Where? Back there. With the peeling card. Wow, look at the elephants. Look, there's elephants right there. A baby and a mama. You see the baby through there?
Let's see. Matriarch, 8-year-old, and a 7-year-old. There's a 3-year-old over there. There's a mother back there. At 2, they start getting their tusks in. Exotic North American mallard. Greater flamingo. They get their coloring from their diet, which consists mostly of brine, shrimp, and other small crustaceans. Scimitar horned oryx, ostrich.
Oh, look, there's our culprit. There's our
Anybody
over there.
else?
What do you all in this? Oh, like the white.
The scimitar horned oryx. They're a desert dweller. They're adapted to desert living. They can go days without water. Now, at one point in time, they went extinct in the wild. They were all pulled onto reserves in the United States. Matter of fact, there were more oryx in Texas than there were in Africa at one point. But thanks to those reserves, their numbers increased to the point they're no longer endangered. They've been re-released into the wild. The ostrich, largest bird, also flightless, but we all know that. They can hit speeds of 40 miles an hour. And they can hold that speed for a long period of time. There's some cheetahs up ahead. Now the cheetah is the fastest land mammal. They can hit speeds up to 70 miles an hour. But they can only maintain that speed for short distances or else become overheated. They rely on their eyesight to do their hunting, and they hunt during the day. And they prefer smaller things that they can tackle, like the springbok.
Never seen any yet. Yes, I do. Keep thinking you can see it.
I'm just gonna take pictures.
See ear moving.
There's a lizard. There's a lizard head.
See it moving by the top of the
Oh, yeah.
log?
There's the one.
A lion. The only big cat to hunt in groups, we call them prides. It's the females that do the hunting. They do most of their hunting at night. They're inactive most of the day. The male will roar in the morning to stake his territory, then he passes out. Now he'll grow to be about 8 feet long, that's from nose to tail, female about 5 feet long. A white rhino on the right. The white rhino is very social. They travel in groups. They have very poor eyesight though. They rely on their sense of hearing and their sense of smell. As you can see, the white rhino isn't white, and the black rhino wasn't black. They're always going to be dirty when you see them. Underneath the dirt bud, they're actually the same color, which is gray.
Wow, that's interesting.
There's that one on the rock, and then as we go this way, look at the top rock.
Wow.
Warthog up ahead. Warthog is the largest burrowing mammal. They use their tusks to dig the burrow, then they'll back themselves in using their tusks as means of
Oh, and
protection.
there's the rhino.
Another ostrich.
I don't know. I think those eggs were in the same spot last time we were Are those real eggs?
Can you see them? If you can see them, and the person next to you can see them, then they're real.
Look, he shook his head no.
Montabak. Montabak translates to white rump. And there's a reason for that, other than the fact that it has white rump. They have a cousin called the Blessbok who looks exactly the same. The Blessbok doesn't have the white patch on the rump. Blessbok means white face or blaze face. The Attics, another desert dweller. They're actually in the same family as the Oryx. Sadly, there's less than 300 Attics left in the world. We're hoping to for them what we did for the Oryx. Now, the thing about desert dwellers, whatever they eat, they break it down, get all the nutrients out of it, including the water, because where the Attics are from, there's really no water. As long as the Attics have plants, they will never need to take a drink of water. the end of your adventure. I'm going to drop you off at the Warden Outpost and